Welcome, everybody, to another episode of IncCast. It's going to be post-San Diego Comic-Con episode. And sitting across from me, I'm a little tongue-tied, so I'm still excited about all the news that came out.
A lot of news.
A lot of news. And sitting across from me is Mr. Joe Nubb.
What up, everybody? And sitting next to me, across from me, inside of me, amongst me, in my heart, in all of our hearts is DW, the man with the plan. What's going on? Happy post-SDCC,
Yes.
everybody.
What a great weekend. Great weekend.
For real.
A lot of great articles over on fanboysinc.com. Got a downer, no. We're going to start with a downer. We're going to start with a downer. We're going to start with it was San Diego Comic-Con, obviously.
Is this just because I'm not...
No. Hence Comic-Con, no comic book news. Everything was just all TV and movie related.
Don't forget all the toys.
Well, yeah, but it's Comic-Con.
Yeah, but that's the way it's been.
But it's getting worse. There was no real major comic book news, and I'm kind of disappointed in that. I mean, I understand San Diego. I understand the media blitz, and I get all of that.
Right.
New York City, you get comic book news. That's why I like the smaller cons. They're about comic books. Like Asbury Park, New York Comic Fest. I love those because it's about comics, and we have some media guests at these cons, but there was not one thing said about comic books that was a big major news.
Yeah, I can't really recall hearing, but to be honest, when I zero in on San Diego Comic-Con every year, I'm always focused on what toys are coming out.
Of course, that's you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the movies and I love all the the trailers and stuff like that.
Right.
But
so did anything come out and we just missed it?
I didn't see anything.
I wasn't paying attention.
I mean, I know you weren't because it's toys.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of toys, and we'll get into that soon.
I know. I did read up a little bit on IDW. They had I did read some of their info on their Transformers comics panel, but I don't remember really catching any info about Marvel or DC.
Don't call it Comic-Con anymore. Call it San Diego, I don't know, entertainment convention. I don't know. I don't know. I just kind of disappointing.
Yeah. Well, I read an article. The owner of Mile High Comics,
yes,
based out west, I guess they said they're after this year, they're not going back to Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con anymore.
And I'd like to see the vendor aisles. I've seen pictures. Obviously, it's just packed with people, and
right.
Obviously in the panels and stuff. Are there vendor aisles? Is there comic book row like in New York City? I mean, there's a ton of vendors in New York City.
Oh yeah,
Comic-Con.
I'm sure there is.
I mean,
Mile High Comics. I think they said they even have I forget how many. How many little real estate booths they buy out. It's like a ridiculous amount because they're such a huge store.
Right. I don't know. I just kind of disappointed. I'd like to get some cool comic book news.
Right.
I know that.
Do they still make comic books these days?
I don't know. We'll have to look into that. I do know that the week prior, Joe Q, was on the Colbert Report announcing Captain America.
Yeah, Falcon. Sam Wilson will be taking over as Captain America.
And
cool move.
And then
on the
Thor
View
will be a lady now, a girl, unknown character, brand new.
Yep.
Thor will still have his part in the whole deal. He'll be carrying his huge axe. I forgot the name of the actual axe that he carries. So he may be guiding her. Who knows? But it seems that the trend was let's put out some comic book stuff pre-San Diego and then screw it. We're just going to put out the movie stuff. I don't know. I was just kind of disappointed. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I loved all the news that was coming. We'll get into that. It's just, it kind of reiterates what Cliff Galbraith has been saying for 2 years. They're not comic cons. They're not about comic books. I mean, that's what they originated from. I understand there's big money in toys and movies and stuff, but let's get back down to the creators, and that's what he does, and that's what the Albany Comic Con does.
Right.
You can sit there and say this is Albany Comic Con. It's about comics, and the creators and the writers and everybody. So
that's it. It's just the changing landscape of our beloved hobby, of our beloved lives.
But getting into that's my downer. We just start off with the downer so we can go nowhere but up on the. But San Diego Comic-Con this past weekend, awesome stuff going on. The question everybody's asking: Who was dominant at San Diego? Was it DC?
Apocalypse.
Or was it?
It was that dude who dressed up like Apocalypse. Did you guys catch this guy? The fucking biggest, baddest Apocalypse you had ever seen. The cosplayer.
It's my mom.
It was your mom.
It's my mom.
Your mom did a great job. Fox could learn a lot from your mom. No, but
seriously.
We
don't know yet. We don't know yet. We
What?
don't know what Fox is.
I know. Yeah, but come on, like this, I'm gonna go on a little rant here. Yeah, this dude, his name is Mike Ignis, and he is an aspiring actor, director, creative type, and he hooked up with the cinema makeup school. And I remember just seeing one. There was just like one profile picture of him that hit the internet. And I was instantly enthralled.
Yeah.
I turned it. It's literally the screensaver on my phone. You know, it's the front page on my phone. Yeah, there she is. I mean, the guy nailed the costume. I mean, it looked like he stepped out of the pages of the comic books. And so I've seen, I've since Googled it and just, SDCC 2014 Apocalypse cosplay. And I'm finding more and more images of this guy. And then I was looking at Mike McCone's Facebook page, and Phil Jimenez chimes in like, yeah, here's the guy's name. He was the talk of Comic-Con.
Nice.
And so I reached out to him, and I said, hey, man, you were awesome. We'd love to have you on our podcast sometime. And so hopefully
we will have him on soon.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be having him on the next couple of weeks,
cool
because
see what it takes to make that costume.
For real, we'll put some images up on our Facebook page and on our website fanboysinc.com, because if you haven't seen this guy as Apocalypse, it's awesome. And that's my Joe Nub rant.
So I guess for Marvel, that was it. Because the question is, who had the bigger
who had the bigger presence?
And Comic Head put that question on a couple days ago, or yesterday possibly. And it looks like DC is the winner for fans anyway. Few Marvel, but all DC. I even put down DC.
Now, how so? Where are we getting? Like, what do you look at as far as?
Well, the bigger buzz. Now we'll go. Let's get right into it. Batman versus v Superman.
You
trailer.
Show one picture of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman.
That was huge because that was the day before.
Yeah, that was the preview night, I believe. Or was that Friday? Thursday, Friday?
I think that was Friday.
She looked good though.
She looked really good.
Yep.
People, of course, are complaining. Where's the red, yellow, and blue? I get it. I understand. But the movie's dark.
Right.
It fits with Batman's outfit, fits with the darker version of Superman.
Yep.
She's a warrior. I hear one more fucking time she's too skinny, I will smack a bitch.
No, I didn't think that.
She looked great.
Yeah.
I mean, we had our concerns. She is very skinny. She looks like she's toning up a little bit.
I think she looks smart.
And a lot of people are like, well, she needs to be bulkier. I'm like, first off, in the comics, Wonder Woman is never bulky. She's always drawn sexy. In any of the Amazons, they're not bulky. They're toned a little bit more, but that's the drawn comic. I think she did great. I think she's going to do great. You could tell that the heels maybe are a little risers because she is shorter than the other two. But I think she fits in great. The Trinity, the Holy Trinity, I think was really awesome. I think I'm going to love the costume. I like that, the battle-worn look, the leather. I don't need it being bright and yellow and red. I don't need that. But the general consensus, I think, has been approval. I mean, you get the fanboy ragers out there, and then they start photoshopping the colors, and everybody's like, yeah, that looks better. Well, you know what? Go read your comics. We've already decided that this is something different. Be happy that she is Wonder Woman, and my biggest question, are we going to see her fly? Are we going to see her see her
invisible jet, you mean, or something?
No. She can fly in the comics.
Right.
So I'm wondering if they're going to give her the not the new 52, but the newer Wonder Woman powers. Is she gonna fly? That would be kind of cool. Finally, to see somebody else besides Superman as a hero to fly. I'd like to know what the extent of her powers are.
Right. Tune in next year and find out.
Right. But obviously, shadowing Gal Gadot was the 20-second teaser trailer that was leaked, that went all over the internet, and I got to tell you, man, they were tight this year.
Yeah.
Real tight. But I got it, and I downloaded that shit. Now it's never going away. They were real quick on getting that out. One guy put it out, and then everybody else made bogus YouTube pages, and they were out 10 minutes max, and they did doo-doo.
But is it still up on our page, or is it gone?
No, it's gone. It's connected to our Facebook video uploads, so it's not going anywhere.
Right.
And you could see it on our page at fanboysinc.com.
But that clip, it was rainy, real dark tone.
It's hard to see, but you get the idea. I mean, you have Ben Affleck.
It looked like he had the bat armor from Dark Knight Returns.
Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
Total. I don't even want to say total homage to that. It's got to be.
Yeah.
And if you watch the video, you hear the crowd. I mean, he turns the bat signal on, and it's the old, Frank Miller type style, Dark Knight Returns bat signal on, and it's dark, and then all of a sudden lightning flashes, and there's Superman.
And his eyes
and I'm like,
glowing
I'm
red.
getting goosebumps already because it was even as crappy as it was, you see him there, and all of a sudden his eyes are glowing red.
Yep.
So you're thinking, all right, there's going to be some ass kicking
Shit.
going on. And then you get a close-up of Ben Affleck, with his eyes glowing white from the armor.
Yeah.
And then that's the end of it.
Look good.
I think it's amazing.
And I love the tone that it's, the pouring rain.
It's
dark. That's right.
Now,
the glowing eyes to really kind of set the mood.
Now we know that there's Aquaman. We know there's Wonder Woman. I'm wondering if my superior speculation is that they're going to pull some of Frank Miller's storyline, obviously, to this comic, and you're going to see a battle.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You
always get the gratuitous battle between your heroes before they realize they were mistaken, then they team up against the villain.
I'm thinking that Wayne is listening to Lex Luthor. Luthor is probably going to start making pitches to rebuild Metropolis as two businessmen.
Right.
Obviously, Lex doesn't know Wayne is Batman. He's probably going on a public press release. Hey, this is an alien. He's coming and he's invading us. Blah 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 blah.
And
Wayne knows nothing about it.
That's it. He'd be able to exploit that. Yeah.
Even though he knows Lex may be a little shady, he's like, all right, if anybody's gonna take him down, I'm gonna do it. I'm the Batman, and that's how we're gonna see that fight. And then they'll duke it out.
Good call.
And then then they may team up to get. Then it might pull Wonder Woman out of hiding, Aquaman out of hiding, Cyborg out of hiding, and then at the end you're gonna see just a shadow of them. I guarantee you it's gonna be that sunrise or that moon glowed stereotype.
Cue the J.J. Abrams lens flare.
Yes.
Group shot.
Yeah. And
cue credits.
Capes waving in the wind, and that's the end of the
Fade
movie.
to black.
Yes. I guarantee it. You heard it here first. But
that's good.
I like that. I think the Justice League forming is the underlying story, and it's Batman versus Superman. Hence the title, Dawn of Justice, is going to be the main line. And I think we're going to see a lot of hints of Frank Miller's storyline in this. So Batman is older, he's tired, so you already can tell. Yeah, we've already seen images of his Batmobile. We think it's multi-purpose. It may not be.
Okay.
It might be a
Batmobile,
Batboat, which would be cool. Again, homage to the '66 Batman. I think this movie's a homage to more Batman than it is Superman. I think this is going to be. We're taking a little bit of the '66. We're taking a little bit of Frank Miller.
I mean, we haven't seen besides this teaser trailer and besides the couple of teasers. We don't know yet. But fair speculation.
As far as I'm concerned, nothing Marvel could have shown would have done better than this trailer. I think no matter for years, even when the comic book came out, everybody, even before Burton's, we want to see this. This would be awesome. This has been the fight people have been wanting to see since Frank Miller put this comic book out.
No, not to mention the fact that Marvel has already how do I want to put this?
Blow their wad with the Avengers?
Not blow their wad, but they've also they've delivered. They've already delivered what we want to see as fans, and so now all of a sudden it's DC's turn, and this is such a highly anticipated upcoming movie.
I feel that seeing Ultron is still not big as Batman versus Superman.
If they were to show like the fight scene of all the Avengers versus the Ultron, then I would say now you have a contender.
Well, because they got the concept art coming out. You saw that, and it's all big battle.
My point is for the actual San Diego Comic-Con, if they were to show that footage, or Disney was to leak some Episode 7 footage,
right?
That would be the only thing. But yeah, I think I'm in agreement with you. Where the Batman v Superman footage kind of is trumping
the weekend by far. Now we know that Age of Ultron, there was a clip, there was an Ant-Man clip, and it didn't get fucking leaked. Yeah.
But hot on the heels of that too, I will say a strong contender, Deadpool. That footage that was Ryan
out
Reynolds
kind of after San Diego, so it was on its own.
It was like Sunday they showed it or they leaked it.
And it's been taken down obviously, and now is it Fox? Fox put out the HD version after the fact.
Oh yeah.
So instead of the cheesy version, it's same
footage. The rough footage, somebody's cell phone footage.
I'm sure that was planted, and just trying to get Marvel, Fox, whatever.
Great idea. I love that footage though. It's awesome. Ryan Reynolds nailed the character.
Right.
Like that's Deadpool done right.
I think so. I think so. It was all CGI, but if we can get real life action out of that, I think that'd be great.
Even when he landed in the car and he's fighting the guys, even all the guys looked like they were CGI too.
Oh,
I mean, it was tough because it was
I had
grainy
to look
footage.
really quick.
Yeah,
because I thought he was CGI and the guys in the truck were actors. I had to look at it quick. I'm like, a couple of times, I'm like, damn, CGI is getting so good.
Yeah.
Digital animation is getting amazing. But once again, DC Arrow news. I mean, we have Ted Grant coming on as Wildcat.
Okay.
What is it? J.J. Ramirez. Ted Grant, if you don't know, was part of Justice Society of America. He's an ex-boxer, and his specialty was that he would train the other heroes. He trained Black Canary.
Didn't he train like Batman or some shit like that?
I don't think so, but they've teamed up before, and I think he knows his identity, and they've sparred. But once again, awesome. We've also seen pictures of we've also seen pictures of Red Arrow. Or Speedy.
Yep. Red Arrow or is it Arsenal?
It's probably Arsenal. Arsenal.
Arsonist.
And those look great. And they put out a season 2 teaser trailer as well. Looks amazing. Once again, 100 times better than what I saw from S.H.I.E.L.D. I mean, granted, okay, Lucy Lawless, not a big fan. She's going to be on S.H.I.E.L.D. as a recurring character. We don't know if she's going to be a villain.
I was never a Xena fan.
Villain or hero, we're not sure what she's going to play.
I like the idea of Lucy Lawless more than I actually like her, I feel.
The idea of her being a lesbian?
Well, no. My point is, the idea of the character and the fan base that she has, because there are so many huge Xena fans out there. Right. And so that's cool when you get this big name, nerd actress, or actor.
She hasn't done a lot recently, so she kind of fell off the wayside for a little bit. I mean,
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I mean, she could be like Kevin Sorbo as far as I'm concerned. He could be back,
Bring him on board too. Let's make him a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, and then let's get Bruce Campbell in there too.
He's bitching about the new Hercules movie. He's furious.
Oh, he wasn't invited to?
Because The Rock. The new Hercules movie. Spoilers, everyone. Isn't just Hercules. You find out now Hercules has a team. So the team is the one that did all these great feats. It wasn't just Hercules. So now he's got his own superhero team. And I'm like, really?
That's funny.
And so Kevin Sorbo's, obviously Kevin needs some cash and needs to be in the limelight. So he's going to say something negative. I like you, Kevin, but you sucked as Hercules. I don't give a shit.
Hey, that was a good show.
Really?
And speaking of other crappy TV actors, but no, in the best way possible. Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi doing an Evil Dead TV show.
Yes, and he's going to star in it. Yes, that's going to be cool.
Now, is it confirmed that he's starring in it, or was it just confirmed that he expressed interest in wanting to star in it?
I would assume he's going to star in it.
What else is he doing these days?
Well, Burn Notice is over with, so he's not doing that anymore. And that was a great series.
Wait, was he on Burn Notice?
Yes.
Was he the main character?
He was the second lead. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for years.
I never watched the show.
It was an awesome show.
But yeah, I love freaking Bruce Campbell. He's so
cool
likable. I've actually looked up how much it would be to like book him to like come out to like my birthday. I think it was like $10,000 or something like that. They're like, hang out with Bruce Campbell for an afternoon for $10,000.
There's your Kickstarter campaign right there. Fuck the pasta salad.
I love it. Yeah, forget pasta salad. We need to hang out with Bruce Campbell.
If you give it'll be one reward, $10,000. You can join us. We'll fly you out.
Yeah, right.
So I mean, Lucy Lawless, yes, she's gonna get some fans. Once again, lackluster as far as I'm concerned for S.H.I.E.L.D.
But it's not like they didn't put out like it's not like they put out a trailer for season 2 of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Nothing really.
Probably would have been a smart. They put out the gag reel, which I didn't even bother watching because I'm like, I don't care.
Simon Casadeas is going to be another S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. Not familiar with his work. His name is Bakshi. Not familiar with that. But we did know, as far as I'm concerned, the biggest thing coming from S.H.I.E.L.D. is that Mockingbird is going to be in the series. No confirmed actor yet. Bobby Morse.
Bobby Morse, yeah.
That was cool. I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah.
But other than that, nothing really from the Age of Ultron. I mean, the props were cool.
We saw some props. We saw what a potential Ultron drone, maybe, or maybe it's it's probably going to be.
Did you notice on that prop the Avengers symbol?
Well, that's it. The only thing I'm thinking is okay, so it's probably going to start off as like some sort of like a Stark or Avengers, drone, security drone, whatever you want to call it, and then Ultron will gain sentience and then take control of thousands of drones. And now we got trouble, Avengers.
Like we were saying, the teaser trailer was released. No actual footage, surprisingly. Disney and S.H.I.E.L.D., they really cracked down on that.
Yeah.
But the synopsis of what was shown was out. Basically, we're seeing Tony Stark really upset about what he has done. You see a quick flash of him in the Hulk and the Hulkbuster armor. you see Ultron pretty much standing over dead Avengers at the end of this.
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
you can
I
get
read
more
that.
into this. You can see it over on fanboysinc.com. Muck put up all the articles for the weekend. He was just nonstop. And
All the articles.
yes, all the articles.
I put up a couple. I put
You
up
did.
some toy
I don't know
articles.
what toys. I'm gonna give you your own site. We don't have toys.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's just more fucking work.
Well, that's it. Great. Get designing, bitch.
No, but he put up all like the movie articles, TV news. He did a great job. He was even
all
traveling.
the comic book news. Oh, wait a second.
Yeah, there was no comic book news.
Cricket.
But as far as the Age of Ultron, I'm like, yeah, that's great, but I go right back to BVS, Beaver versus
Beaver v. Setzer.
BVS. I think for everybody, whether you're a true hardcore fanboy or not, everybody wants to see Batman versus Superman in a fight. And
it's
I just
cool. I am on board, but man, I'll tell you this. I'm
not as excited for Age of Ultron. You know why? Okay. Because I've seen more and more. Because there's been more and more leaks. There's been more, or just, hey, look, here's some more concept art.
Right.
Oh, hey, here's another actor. Oh, we got Cap's shield that's cracked.
Well, plus we already have so many Iron Man,
right.
Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Avengers.
Don't get me wrong. I'm excited.
Right.
It's just whatever.
Well, let me put it like this, man. And I'm aboard. I love your excitement. I love your enthusiasm towards Beaver v. Sendalax. No, man, but seriously,
BVS.
If BVS and Avengers: Age of Ultron, AOU were to come out on the same day, I would go see Avengers 2 first.
I would not.
Right.
I would not. I think I would go Batman versus Superman.
Or
sure.
I would get a matinee. I would do the double matinee. I would see Avengers first, and then I would go see BVS.
Now let's talk about the other image. The props. We had the Hulkbuster Gauntlet. We saw that. We saw, Gauntlet. Obviously, the Ultron drone. We saw Loki's
shield, Loki's staff,
and the image of Captain America's shield cracked.
Yeah.
Now we know that BVS and Cap 3 are coming out on the same weekend.
Okay, that's right.
So where does that lead us? Is this a hint of possibly we're going to see Chris Evans? He's publicly stated that he doesn't want to act anymore. He wants to produce and direct movies.
Yeah.
We also know the actor who played Winter Soldier signed on for a 9-movie deal.
Wow.
So could we see the Winter Soldier pulling up the shield? Now everybody seems to think
and do the Bucky Cap. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm actually in the middle of reading the Death of Captain America graphic novels right now.
Some people think that because Sam Wilson in the comic books is going to be Captain America. No, I doubt it.
No,
that's
like saying the next Thor movie comes out is going to have a female Thor
starring Jenna Jameson.
It's not going to happen. I would let that one happen. No, but seriously, it's just not going to happen.
She's got godlike boobs.
Yeah, right.
So. Could the rumors be true that he's publicly stated, I'd rather produce and direct. If I'm going to star in a movie, it has to be a Marvel movie. He doesn't want to do anything else. So he's probably in contract.
Chris Evans says this? Yes, that's good.
So we'll probably see him in Cap 3 somewhere. Maybe. I don't know if just because the shield is cracked, this means this is the death.
Well, are we going to do the death of Captain America?
We're not going to do the death. We'll do a death. It's not going to be what happened in the comics.
Right.
Do a death. Or is it just a hint saying that he's done being Captain America? He's putting up a shield in a way.
I want to do the Human Torch again.
No.
I changed my mind, you guys.
Other superior speculations about this movie? Alternate timeline, possible future. Because it's been stated now, this is a great tie-in. Guardians of the Galaxy was also announced to have their sequel. James Gunn is back on board for July 28, 2017. It has also been stated on numerous sites. Now, I still feel this is speculation or rumor that Guardians of the Galaxy will either not make an appearance in Avengers, but something be hinted and show up in Avengers 3. Now, we know they time travel. We know that they have...
we know the Guardians of the Galaxy time travel?
Well, in comics. I'm saying in the comics.
Oh, yeah,
they're from the future. I don't see why not. They can pull it. And
what
about Nowhere?
Well, let me stop you right there real quick.
I'm asking you, is Nowhere time travel? You can pop anywhere in the universe through Nowhere.
Right.
I'm wondering if
which to our listeners is what the severed celestial head.
Yes. The home of the Collector, supposedly in the movie. It's not that version.
And real quick though, because this movie version of the Guardians of the Galaxy, this is not the same one as the old school Guardians of the Galaxy, who were from the future and did time travel.
Charlie 27.
Correct. Yeah. So I think these guys, this team that the movie's coming out.
Could they have?
I don't think these guys are really time traveling. Now, that's not to say that they cannot introduce time travel
right.
into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
But supposedly, I guess there's a huge tie-up here.
So
now,
wait. You're saying what exactly is an alternate timeline or future?
Where that shield might be something different, that it's not our 616 possibly?
Are we talking about like the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe as a whole?
No, just the event, the Age of Ultron.
Oh, okay.
Could it been? These are just speculations.
Right.
Maybe he's not really dead. Now, we all know.
We're saying if Captain America was to die.
Now we know in Marvel Comics, nobody stays dead. Is that going to be true now in the movies?
Well, I mean maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's one of those things where Captain America is fighting someone on a helicarrier and it goes down for the second time or some shit, and it crashes into the ocean and everybody's standing on the wharf and they're looking, oh my God, he's dead. And then 2 movies later, he's like, he comes out of the ocean.
Yeah, right. And Aquaman's carrying him on a whale.
You mean Namor? Yeah. Namor the submariner.
Guys, we're live tweeting as well. If you want to tweet us what you think, tweet us at Fanboys Inc. Tell us what you think these speculations. It's so hard. I think with the public statements by Chris Evans saying that he wants to produce and direct, I think Captain America 3 will be his last, or he might be doing flashbacks. Maybe he's training Bucky, and then the Winter Soldier does take over the shield.
Right.
I don't know. Marvel likes to throw you way off. I do not think. Part of me thinks that we'll see a death. It's either going to be Iron Man or Captain America. There's been rumors about Tony Stark or Robert Downey now.
Yeah, but didn't Robert Downey also say that he wants to do a 4th Iron Man now?
Yeah, but he also stated that he wanted $50 million for it too.
All right.
And Disney's not going to pay you $50 million, and there's no way they can pay that and pay all their other actors.
Right.
Everybody's on food stamps. Free craft services over here for you guys. So he can say whatever he wants. Disney's got the final decision. We'll see. I mean, we've also heard that Robert Downey had stopped shooting for Avengers 2 weeks ago. Now, we talked about this last week with Mike Sainz, that don't go all excited. That doesn't necessarily mean because he stopped filming that's the end of. He could be back. He could be doing another project. They don't film in sequence either.
Well, that's
they could have filmed the end of the movie in the beginning
exactly.
and fit him into another project.
Yep.
Speculation, though, yeah, of course. All right, he's done filming. He could be killed off.
Right.
Ultron could kill the creator.
Right.
What is it? The student becomes the master now, whatever.
Yeah. And if they were going to get rid of Tony Stark, I mean, fighting Ultron would be a way to go.
True. And I think the Cap shield is where I think we're thinking way too much into it. It is vibranium. It is. I think it's just that Ultron's that strong that he could kill the shield,
right.
and it just
destroy the shield.
Destroy the shield, and it shows that. Wow. Okay, we're in some serious shit.
Well,
here.
That's it. Yeah. This is how dangerous the situation is. This is how vulnerable we are.
And the image of Ultron standing over the dead heroes leads me to believe an alternate timeline.
Or it could just be, a dream sequence.
True.
Tony Stark is having a bad dream.
Maybe, and he's like, "Oh my God, what did I do?"
Yeah, because I think.
And it could be. That's a good call. I didn't even think about the dream sequence.
I read some article yesterday. I think CBR posted it. It was an interview with Kevin Feige, and it was saying that, it was talking about that sequence, Ultron standing over dead Avengers, and I think Tony Stark was like the last one standing.
Yeah. Yes. That's great. I didn't even think about the dream sequence.
So, those dream sequences, they'll get you.
That Hennessy, stop drinking all that Hennessy.
Yeah, right. Come on, Tony.
Well, excited we are once again.
Wait a second. What if we choose? What if we did our next Marvel movie to really just delve into all like the shitty aspects? Like we're gonna deal in this one
with
movie
damage control.
Well, we're gonna deal with Tony
alcoholism.
Hank Pym, spousal abuse,
which is another news. Janet Van Dyne will be in Ant-Man.
The Wasp.
Yes.
Okay.
She'll be the daughter of Hank Pym.
Well, that's creepy.
Yeah, kind of weird. Something I think Michael Douglas's character, maybe. Who's Michael Douglas going to be?
Well, Michael Douglas is Hank Pym.
Okay,
and Paul Rudd is Scott Lang.
There you go.
Now
so
Scott Lang has a daughter, Cassie Lang.
Yeah, but that's not her. That's not. But they did say the Wasp is going to be there. But once again, we're in the movie universe, sir.
Huh.
So. We do have an article up. I'll have to brush up on that article, but she was announced.
Okay. Now, if they want to make Cassie Lang into the Wasp, that's one thing, but don't make Janet Van Dyne the daughter of Scott Lang and then
put her on that Lifetime
Hank
panel.
Pym is looking at her.
Let's see them in Yellow Jacket.
Although Michael Douglas is or was married to Catherine Zeta-Jones, and I think there was like a 25 or 26-year age difference between them. So he does go for the younger girl.
Ladies. It's his daughter.
I wouldn't stop Michael Douglas or Hank Pym.
So we announce a new actress, and then 3 actors leave. Let's play this game. Let's play this game.
Yeah.
I'll give you 1. We're losing 3, so we only lost 2. Patrick Wilson, Matt Gerard, and Kevin Weissman, both walk.
Not both
Matt
Gerald walk.
Gerald. You might know Matt Gerald from Avatar and Terminator 3.
Okay.
Kevin Weissman, as you politely said, was a midget. He is not. He's short, but
Dick. Nobody heard that. We weren't on pod yet. He's a short guy.
He's a short guy. CSI Miami, Fringe, Clerks 2.
Okay.
His longest running TV show was Alias.
Okay.
He plays that geeky guy, the techie.
Right.
And they walked. Now.
And who's the third guy? Because the third guy played the
Patrick
owl.
Wilson.
Plays the owl in fucking Watchmen.
Yes.
And he was also in Insidious and some other movies.
Nothing. What do I want to say? Nothing. No concrete evidence for why they left. Why all 3 actors left.
I think didn't we read something though where it was just due to Edgar Wright leaving and multiple script changes? And
it's funny how Edgar Wright still has a pull on this fucking movie, and he hasn't even been here.
I think we're dealing with the fallout now.
Yeah.
So what does this mean for the future of the Ant-Man movie?
I don't know. They showed another clip too.
Right.
You do get audio with Michael Douglas and Paul Rudd. Once again, no video. They kept it pretty tight there.
Okay.
From what I heard, give a shit about this movie now.
Well, from what I heard, from again that article that I read on CBR there with Kevin Feige, it's the Ant-Man movie is going to be more sort of a heist movie plus sort of the mentor-mentee relationship.
A bromance?
Relationship, bromance movie, which I love the heist. I love the idea of Ant-Man heist movie. That's cool. I love heist movies. The Italian Job. It's another good heist movie. Somebody want to help me out here? The Perfect Score, starring Captain America and Black Widow.
Oh, I thought that was a porn.
No. It was Perfect Score. It came out in like year 2000. It was with Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson.
Heist movies? You said The Italian Job.
The Italian Job. Great heist movie.
Great,
what's in it? Yeah,
Charlize Theron. Oh, yeah, I'll take that. Or the original?
Yeah.
The original was good too.
The Italian Job?
Yeah.
What Ocean's 11? That's another good heist movie.
12 and 13?
I saw 12. I don't know if I saw 13.
13 was okay. 13 was okay.
I don't know. Anyways, love heist flicks.
But they wanted to make it a comedy. Is this where this is becoming the problem, that some people didn't want to make it as comedic, and that's why certain things are going on with this movie?
Right.
Everybody's like, oh, we could see the collapse of Marvel. Bullshit, it's Ant-Man.
No.
Do we see some problems? Yeah, there could be problems in the future. I mean, at the same time, they also announced movies all the way to 2019.
Yeah.
With Avengers 3, hint, hint, supposedly Civil War, which could tie in because of Cap Shield. Who knows?
I hope not. But
I hope not too. But Doc Strange as well was announced, not at CDC, not CDCC, but it has been announced beforehand and speculated as well up to 2019.
Yep.
No,
we know for sure.
But these are problems, and these have to be, and maybe not to general fans. It may affect us a little bit more because we're on the inside giving the information and getting in news. But your general public probably won't care whether or not they're having problems. But behind the scenes,
they're not probably
Marvel suits, they better be careful. I mean, this is something bad. If they start getting a bad rep for one movie, all your other actors are going to be like, do I want to work with Marvel? What's going on? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this is also, we are talking on the eve of the release of what is being called one of the greatest Marvel movies, Guardians of the Galaxy.
That's done, though.
It comes out Friday on my birthday. Thank you very much. Anyways, man, like the red carpet premiere, which was last week, Rotten Tomatoes has already given this thing like 100%.
Yeah.
So that is great.
But I'm saying for future one, granted this movie's done, but there could be actors out there or whatever going, well, Ant-Man, they're having problems. Why is it? Is it the executives?
Yeah, but you're also listen to how
actors?
you're and this isn't me trying to be a dick. Just listen to what you're saying. You're saying like, oh my God, actors are going to be worried about the Ant-Man movie. This is
not the movie. The way people are being treated. We don't know if this is the execs or if these are the
Marvel
actors.
Studios. Let's be honest, is
it Marvel or is
Marvel and comic book movies like. That's the biggest game in town right now. So I don't think actors are going to shy away from doing superhero parts just because they're hearing.
Just saying that they're the biggest action now going doesn't mean that Marvel can have a big head and do some nasty shit to actors or not
Right.
treat them respectfully. Look at, I mean, that's what I think. It's the business end. Obviously, it's a big payday. Any actor is going to want the big payday.
Right.
But if you're not treated right, like, actors have egos, man. Well, screw you. I don't have to be in a Marvel movie. I'll go to DC and Warner Brothers, or I'll go here. Somebody's going to pay me what I'm due, what
Right.
I'm worth. So I think that's where they may be questioning.
Yeah,
as
but
far
is
as
that
what's
where
going
the
on.
problem is?
We don't know. That
Right,
it's
right,
total
right.
speculation. It could be that these 3 actors were just assholes. I don't know.
Right.
But I'm saying, from outside looking in, you have what's his name? Patrick Wilson, Matt Giroda, Kevin Weissman leaving, Edgar Wright leaving. That doesn't look good for Marvel.
Right.
You know, just until you know the other side of the story. That
Right.
doesn't look good that these major players are walking out of here. So, yeah, I would say agents would be concerned for their actors or what's going on.
Are they major players though? I
Well,
mean,
not
these
three,
guys
but
weren't the
Edgar
star.
Wright
It's-
is right, but Edgar Wright. I mean, that's
Right,
huge.
right. Yeah, but I mean,
They're not
wasn't
the stars? But
wasn't Edgar Wright also like attached to this fucking
Years
movie?
ago.
Well, that's it.
Years
I mean,
ago.
maybe it's just after all this and
Could be.
everything shook out and we're all right. Fine, let's
and
just
like
leave it
directors
all.
and actors, you know, it's their performance. They feel, and they do have a right to put their soul and their
Right.
creativity in it.
Certainly.
And if it's not working, you got to pull out. You know, Kevin Smith said though, you know, it's funny. Out of an Ant-Man, just pull out a little.
I wasn't gonna say.
I know. Kevin had stated, he goes, you know, Marvel's paying you. You should do what they
Right.
say. But there's still a fine line. I mean,
Well,
like
yeah,
your
I mean, there's
boss.
gotta be-
If your boss is telling you got to clean up shit without gloves on, screw you. I don't care if you're paying my paycheck.
Yeah, but I also gotta say, I mean, if your boss hires you because you are the best shit cleaner upper, you know, like you gotta let me clean up shit the way I know how to clean up shit the best,
Yeah.
and that's
Do
Right.
you understand what I'm saying? So I think maybe Marvel. There's gonna come a time.
I
If
can't
it
believe
hasn't
we
happened-
just
I
made
know,
an
I
analogy.
knew about
Movie
shit
making
and
to shit cleaning up.
I'll be the best shit shoveler there ever is. I'll go to Walmart and buy the best shovel there is. There's going to be a time you're number one. People are gunning for you. This is not the time to be, hey, we're invincible.
Right.
You know, put a good, you know, keep a leveled head on your shoulders here. And this might be part of Marvel saying, hey, we're untouchable. We can do whatever we want.
Right.
You can't make a movie without actors. You can't make a movie without a producer.
Right.
So I'm hoping they tread lightly. I'd love to hear the opposite side more. I mean, there's rumors out there, you know, but I hope this doesn't affect future movies. Doc Strange, Avengers 3, Cap 3, Thor 3, whatever. Right. I just hope that this is a one-time incident. Let's get it out there and get it done. With all the problems, it could be not a great movie. Who knows? It could be the best movie. But right now, Guardians of the Galaxy premiered last night in New York City. Our buddy and good friend Jarvis was there.
That's right.
Hanging out with Vin Diesel, Chris Pratt, and Zoe.
And did you see there was an awesome selfie that Chris Pratt took of him, Zoe Saldana, and Joe Quesada, and the crowd. I know. I'm like, oh my god, I want to hang out with all you guys.
So Jarvis yesterday met them at the secret location.
Very cool.
And texted me.
Did he take any pictures for us to put on our website?
He's got some pictures.
Okay.
But they're kind of blurry. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it at that. But yeah, he got to see it. I talked with him a little bit last night.
How did he like it?
Loved the movie.
Cool.
He says he wants to go see it again.
Cool. That's a good sign.
A lot of people are saying that it's been commercials to Marvel's best movie to date. That's a lot of balls saying that.
And this is also the riskiest Marvel movie that they put out. I mean, a bunch of no names. There's a goddamn talking tree and a raccoon as some of the main characters.
And it's already got a sequel in the books.
Yeah,
so
already got
obviously they believe what's going on.
The toy sales have been crazy as well. Yeah.
Nice.
I was at Walmart last week, and they initially had sort of like a middle of the aisle display unit full of the Guardians of the Galaxy toys, and then I went there like 2 days later.
So when am I going to get that unit?
Well, you know what? I'm actually pissed at myself because I went 2 days later, and
gone.
I was literally watching the lady like break it down and take it to throw it away because they had sold out of all those toys.
It went nowhere.
It went to nowhere.
So did you go to the dumpster and go grab them?
No, because it was so big.
That's what she said.
We already have enough like toy store displays that we don't do anything with.
The closet's full.
Do you still have that part of the Avengers?
Yeah.
All right, once save it, and then when Avengers 2 comes out next year, we'll throw it on Craigslist.
Okay.
Because I still got the parts of mine,
Okay.
and we'll sell it.
Yeah, definitely.
Anybody want an R2-D2 cooler? That's for sale too.
As much as it seems we're talking more Marvel news that come out of San Diego.
And you said DC made a bigger
but
splash.
Still, for me, I'm still more excited about this one trailer and one image and the Arrow news. I really am.
Huh.
I can't talk about it as much because you don't watch Arrow or anything. So, but the Marvel put out a lot of mediocre news. But I still feel the big, the bang for your buck is DC.
Right. Beaver Resendalax.
Arrow. Since we're still on Marvel, let's talk. Before San Diego came out, we have The Thing. First look on set of The Thing.
Oh, yeah, for the movie version.
Similar setup of what they used in the Hulk, or for the Hulk and Avengers. The shoulders to head bust. We get rocks. Holy shit! Really?
Yeah. Looks a lot better than Michael Chiklis.
The brow's a little bit bigger. God damn it! Give me that goddamn John Byrne.
I know it's no John Byrne, but they're getting closer.
Yep. Still orangey.
Yep.
I like that. Not as bright orange,
but
I like it.
Craggy rock.
Probably the only good thing about this entire movie right now.
He looks like the ever-loving blue-eyed thing that we all know and love. That is Aunt Petunia raised.
I'm glad. Is he gonna? I hope he's as big as the Hulk.
Well, not quite that big.
He's not. He's shorter.
The Thing has never been as big as the Hulk.
But I don't want him as tall. I don't want him as tall as Reed Richards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want him bigger than Reed Richards, bigger than a bread box.
He's short and squat. I mean, he's wide.
Right. He's a ball.
Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, from what I've seen so far, this is probably the best thing in that movie.
So far.
Yeah. And I'm not thrilled with Fox. But whatever, they want to do what they want to do and destroy this franchise. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not really. Also, yeah, we talked a couple weeks ago. What did I say? That the girl from Mother Friggin' I forget the
Sue Storm.
Yeah, Sue Storm's character.
Yeah.
Kate Mara, I believe is her name. I think there was like one article that came out where she said, this movie is not going to be related to any specific comic book storyline. And then I guess like a day later, another article came out and said, oh, well, actually, here's a correction. It's not going to be related to any specific comic storyline. It's sort of just going to be dealing with all the Fantastic Four's comic book history. So quite the turn of the ear. I mean, that's really putting a spin on it. It says, like, first we have nothing to do with the comic books, and now it seems like they sort of retract that statement or amended that statement and said now it has to do everything with every Fantastic Four comic book ever. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I know quite the spectrum to run along.
So there was a Black Johnny Storm somewhere in the comics?
Probably some Fantastic Four alternate universe. Yeah, you never know.
Hell?
I don't know. No, but the point is, man, don't think that it's how do I say this without being a double negative idiot? It's going to have to do
with
the
role of DW played by Joe Nubb.
It will have to do with classic FF storylines, but it's still going to be that found footage style of cinematography.
Like,
I mean, I remember hearing
Blair Witch and
correct, in Cloverfield. Right. And what was the other one that came out a couple of years ago? Oh god, what the hell? The Chronicles. So apparently the FF movie going to be sort of a found footage style film. I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? I think you can. Yeah, I think you can hear the inflection in my voice. I don't care.
There is none. There's no inflection.
Like, you want to do a good FF movie? I don't know, man. Make it between the Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy, because the Fantastic Four they can do anything. They are adventurers. They can span the cosmos or just stay at home and still have a crazy, great, rich adventure. And I think that would be a good Fantastic Four movie to watch.
Give me a real Doctor Doom.
Let's start there.
Yeah,
let's start with a real Doctor Doom.
You know what? Could we not? You know what I'd like to see? A movie from Fantastic Four #1. I'll take a real.
With the Mole Man?
The Mole Man, the giant monster. I forgot the name of the monster.
Yeah, the giant monster that comes out of the ground.
I would even say, I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm saying it. I'll take an origin story again for this. If you gave me issue 1 and 2, that I would like. I'd like to see Mole Man. That grabbed me as a kid. I mean, he's not the greatest character in the world, but it was kind of neat.
What was the second issue of Fantastic Four? Was that the Skrulls? I don't remember.
That I cannot remember.
Who knows?
That I'd like to see.
What would
you guys like to see?
Yeah, what would you, listeners? What kind of a Fantastic Four movie would you guys like to see?
And don't say, oh, I don't want a Black Johnny Storm. We don't want that. We want to see what. Actually, give us a series run of what you'd like to see. Would you like to see issue #1 kind of represented on film somehow? Or any of your favorite storyline? I mean, they still own the rights to Silver Surfer and Galactus. Would you like to see that storyline? I think that would be really cool.
Let's see the new Fantastic Four storyline where the Hulk,
and
Ghost Rider, Wolverine, and Spider-Man become the new.
Yeah, right.
Great. Arthur Adams drawn comic books. 347 through 349. Is that the issue run? Maybe?
So before we get into new comics and stuff like that, I have a special announcement. I was just FB chatted here.
Cool.
By our friend
by whom?
Will Robson.
Oh, nice. How's Will doing?
How you doing, mate?
Hello, Will.
He is over in London.
Hello,
he
Governor.
just chatted me. He was at the London Comic-Con.
He's at the London Comic. You gotta say it in British.
Yeah, okay. Oi, mate.
Good day, mate.
Or is that Australian?
It's Australian.
You wanker. He was a few weeks ago at the London Film and Comic-Con, and he had a chat, video interview. But look what he was wearing.
He's got a Fanboys Inc. shirt on.
Yeah, representing Fanboys Inc. Willie, thank you so much, man.
Willie the Penguin.
And if you want to see that video and see what Will had to say, also support a Kickstarter project that he's part of, the Fitzroy Comic. Check him out over there. Willie's got some great stuff going on.
I gotta say, his artistic style is getting a lot stronger too.
Lot better.
I'm seeing him on. He was, of course, also he was the artist on Unit 5 at the beginning, and now he's gone on to his own independent projects, and his style is getting better. He did a badass.
I saw the Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd. Yeah, exactly.
He's also, I don't know, Will, if you heard this. Hopefully the other people weren't. Working on a pinup for Savage Dragon.
Very cool.
Yeah,
that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, so he's getting into the mainstream indie.
That's great. Good job.
Mainstream indie.
Mainstream indie.
Is that a double
that's an oxymoron.
Well, it is one of the big three, and they are classified as indie, but you could also say they're mainstream as well. But go over to Kickstarter.com/the Fitzroy Comic. Check out that interview, Will. And you know what? Support this great project. Fanboys Inc. approved. Thanks, Will. Keeping on with this.
Thanks, Will. Now stop interrupting.
Yeah, stop.
Just kidding.
Never take that shirt off. Also coming, this is the post San Diego Comic-Con. Post San Diego Con. I'm not going to say comic anymore when I put those words together.
It's a Comic-Con.
No, it's not.
You're not going to change.
I am changing it. I am saying it. San Diego Con. That's what I'm doing. I am
the
taking
SDCC, baby.
It's an STD on comics. That's what it is.
That's gross.
It's the San Diego Con, and I'm keeping it that way. I don't care what anybody else says. But keeping in fashion with that, we have a shit ton of toy news.
We do have a shit ton of toy news. What do you have?
So I want to. I don't do toys.
I know.
Not the ones in this con anyway.
Okay.
So I want to know.
I got to get breathy on this.
I want to know. You get ready for this. I want to know, how do you write while one hand's preoccupied with all this stuff that was coming out?
For real, just like.
And when I say coming out, I wasn't talking about the toys.
All right, so we do have a ton of toy news. I got soaking wet this past weekend looking at new Marvel Legends 6-inch action figure news.
It was raining a lot, wasn't it, this weekend? It was like the God of Thunder was coming down on us.
I forgot to close my windows. We have some Avengers action figures coming out. Avengers Legends Wave 1 hitting stores 2015. We are going to see Scarlet Witch, Captain Marvel in her current costume with interchangeable heads. So she's going to be with the masked head with the mohawk coming out the top, or just the regular unmasked Carol Danvers face. We have Machine Man, this classic Jack Kirby character. Yeah,
is that the Build-A-Figure line?
Yes, this will be the Build-A-Figure line.
I used to like Machine Man.
Exactly, classic.
Gay or corny as he was, I thought it was awesome.
And he's gonna have little plug-in arm extender accessories, so you can. I mean, he has those extender arms. So
is he like the adult version of Go-Go Gadget?
Exactly.
Inspector Gadget.
No,
which he played with today at the Comic Depot, just inside Saratoga Springs at 514 Broadway to meet all your family needs. Sorry, I have ADD today. Go ahead, Joe.
And he does predate Inspector Gadget, just to keep you
he had his own comic, right?
Machine Man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Back in the 70s. 70s, 80s.
Can you give me some history on that? Do you know anything about him?
Machine Man, I know very little. I know a tertiary.
For some reason, when I say Machine Man, I want to say 2000 AD.
Well, there was the 80s 4-issue limited series of Machine Man 2020, which I loved. Barry Windsor Smith did the artistic chores on that. Yeah, right.
Are
Seriously.
we gonna see Machine Man?
I can't remember who wrote it, but I remember he fights Iron Man 2020, which was one of my favorite characters growing up, just because it was the evil future version of Iron Man. So, anyways, the fact that Machine Man is coming out is freaking awesome. He does look like the classic Jack Kirby design character. So, very pleased with Marvel for doing such a retro action figure. I would love to see more 60s, 70s, 80s.
What else would you like to see?
Action figures. Man, other like classic 70s characters. Well, I got another
Luke
big
Cage.
one. No, they've done Power Man in the past. They've done classic Power Man with the afro and the tiara and the yellow puffy and the yellow pirate shirt. Yeah, they have done him before. They're doing Hellcat, classic 70s character.
Ooh,
Hellcat.
Yeah, okay.
They're doing her. She'll be in the second wave with Spider-Woman, who, again, is a 70s character, but that's arguable since she is in New Avengers and the Avengers now.
Hellcat had a husband who is...
Damien Hellstorm or something like that. Yeah.
Do you want to be Sorcerer Supreme?
Now, he was like the son of the devil. I don't even know.
I would like to see that. I'd like to see that one.
Yeah, Hellcat will be coming out. We'll see. Maybe we'll get Hellstorm next year. Who knows? So we can marital bliss.
There you go.
But Wave 1 of the Avengers hit in 2015.
Very
Odin the Allfather will be the Build-A-Figure, and the variant is going to be King Thor. So you'll be able to interchange certain parts. You'll be able to, build Odin if you want, or you can build King Thor instead.
Whoa, wait, what? So you're getting two Build-A-Figures in one?
Essentially, think the Arnim Zola wave that came out 2 years ago, I believe. You could either do the classic Arnim Zola, or you could do the Red Skull Arnim Zola.
Okay.
So it's either going to be Arnim Zola's face in the middle or Red Skull's face.
Oh, nice.
So the same thing with the Odin Allfather and the King Thor figure. And King Thor will also come with that magic axe of his. I don't know what the hell the name of it is.
He doesn't have Mjolnir anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't have Meow Meow.
Meow Meow. That's some bitch took that.
Wave 2 of the Marvel Legends Avengers wave, Thanos in his current costume.
Yes, I heard you were disappointed not to give him the classic.
I know. I'd love to see the classic, but I will say this is the first time that a Thanos Marvel Legend action figure has been made, and the line has been out between Hasbro and Toy Biz. Marvel Legends action figures have been made since arguably 2000 to 2002. So 12 to 14 years that this line has been going on, and this is finally the first time that we're getting a Thanos action figure. Wow. Unbelievable, but good on you. Alex Maleev will be doing the artistic chores for the packaging for the Marvel Legends figures. Let's see. Marvel Legends Avengers Movie Shield 3-pack. Agent Coulson, Maria Hill, and Nick Fury will be an exclusive, but we don't know where quite yet. Target will be getting an exclusive 3-pack with Ultimate Captain America, Captain Marvel in her classic costume, and Radioactive Man, which is nice. We saw Radioactive Man shown at last year's San Diego Comic-Con, and then we didn't get any information. There was no like definitive wave he was going to be released in, so it's nice to see this figure be coming out. Spidey Legends in 2015, we're going to get classic Spidey. Spider-Man 2099.
Oh, yes.
We're going to get Spider-Girl from the MC2 line of the late 90s, which is nice. Her first appearance in a Marvel Legend. And we're also going to get the Phil Urich Hobgoblin Build-A-Figure, which is...
you showed me pictures of that. That looks pretty good.
I mean, it looks just like Humberto Ramos's work, like just walked right off the page. So it looks freaking gorgeous. Let's see. It announced that the initial...
I have a question.
Yeah, bud.
Now, remember we were talking about the Legends line that we all wanted over a year ago that was supposed to come out this past September with the Hawkeye.
Yep.
That never got out. It did get out, but
stay tuned for my news over here, big guy. I haven't got down to that page yet.
When I was asking, will we see something like this happen with these new lines where they announce them and not be put out and just be direct? Is that
well, sometimes. Wait. What do you mean?
Not direct, but we can get them. I could get them at BigBadToyStore.com, but they were never like in Walmart or Toys R Us or anything at that particular time. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sometimes there'll be an online exclusive, but as far as like the modern Hawkeye figure came out last year, but we never saw that classic Hawkeye variant.
Yeah.
So it's now just being Hasbro is just telling us this at San Diego Comic-Con. They're saying, hey, we're finally getting around.
Oh, okay.
We have a home. We have a retail. Or we have a plan for this classic Hawkeye figure, so we will get it out. So yeah, sometimes, case with Radioactive Man, sometimes they will show these figures, and then things happen with retailers. Their sales aren't as good for Hasbro and let's say Target and Walmart. So then, what other subsequent lines were supposed to come out, they will sort of just get pushed to the background, and it's like, well, Hasbro has already done the tooling for these figures. It's like we're ready to make these. We're ready to produce them. They just haven't they don't have a home yet, so
Gotcha.
it takes a little time. So it announced that the initial Guardians of the Galaxy sales are so good that there's an upcoming Guardians of the Galaxy 5-pack, including the Star-Lord, that is the current San Diego Comic-Con exclusive figure.
Nice.
So we'll take that figure with a classic Gamora, Groot, Rocket, and Drax that'll be coming out in the second half of next year.
I still want Groot in the planter, in the pot.
Potted plant.
I want that.
Maybe, hopefully, he'll be an accessory at some, like a little. Oh, he's so cute. At some point, there's going to be a Magic and Dormammu action figures coming out. I'm going to be guessing that this is based on their appearance in the Brian Michael Bendis' Uncanny X-Men current comic book series. Coming out next year, but then we also heard that there will most likely be no more X-Men Legends until 2016 with the Apocalypse movie. No Rom the Space Knight or Micronauts Legends action figures due to licensing issues, and I had to let Rick Marshall know that the other day. He's a big Rom the Space Knight figure.
How come we're not seeing any Ultron? Speaking of that,
we'll probably see him when the movie comes
I figured
closer.
They would announce that.
I know, right? Iron Fist and Hawkeye, which we were just mentioning. We saw the figures last year. They will be coming out slightly retooled. Hawkeye is going to have a more classic Hawkeye, but one of his arms is sculpted a little bit better. When initially they just painted it a single color, and now it looks like it's more textured.
Gotcha.
So it's nice that they held off on these figures because they're adding more to them. Iron Fist is going to have interchangeable hands of a more ninja kung fu stance, which is cool. Bulldozer, the fourth and final member of the Wrecking Crew that we still so sorely need, was supposed to be released last year. They held off.
No, we don't need them.
We need to finish the Wrecking Crew, US. I'll throw you out this window. Anyways, they're looking at possibly doing him as a Build-A-Figure in the near future. Marvel Infinite 3 3/4-inch figures. They are reducing articulation, but the toys actually look sturdier and are sculpted a little bit better, in my personal opinion. We're going to be seeing Black Cat, 90s Bishop, Jim Lee Beast.
90s Bishop.
90s
the
classic
blue and yellow,
with the red scarf. He looks sharp.
Are we going to get a giant M? Get the M right.
He has the M right. It looks good.
Nice.
I might actually pick this one up. We're going to see Jim Lee's Beast with a gray classic Beast variant. We're going to get Sandman, Thunderstrike, classic Doc Ock, Colossus, Thunderstrike. Who would have thunk it? Armored Daredevil, Vulture, North Star, and Shanna the She-Devil. Let's see, what else do we have? Transformers Combiner Wars. So your favorite combiners from the Transformers line in the 80s, Superion and Menasor. The Stunticons and the Aerial Bots are going to be re-sculpted for the current day. And Transformer Noise Abounds. We're going to have Combiner Wars is going to be the main focus of Hasbro and IDW's comic series over the next year, so stay tuned. What else do we have? Masterpiece Prowl should be coming out any day. These are, of course, the Japanese first U.S. toy import exclusives to Toys R Us. So excited. The last 2 years, toys have just happened to come out on my birthday, August 1st, this Friday, so send your gifts to me.
106 Bay Street, Glens Falls, New York, 121.
Don't listen to him. He's lying. So anyways, man, I've been hitting up Toys R Us for the last couple of days, hoping this thing is coming out soon. Hopefully it comes out on my birthday this Friday. Fingers crossed, everybody. Say a prayer. Tell your loved ones. Blah, 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 blah. What else do I have? Star Wars 6-inch. I'm exhausted right now. Star Wars 6-inch Black Series.
So am I.
It's going strong. We're going to be seeing a TIE Fighter pilot. We've got a Hoth, Luke, and Wampa.
I want to talk about the Shadow. The Shadow ones you
We'll get to the Black Imperial Shadow Squadron will be a Target exclusive with an all-black Stormtrooper and a speeder bike with a Scout Trooper 2-pack, 3-pack, however you want to call that pack. That's going to be awesome. TIE Fighter pilot looks awesome. Hoth, Luke, and we're going to be getting like a 6-inch scale Wampa, so he's probably going to be more like 8 inches. We're going to see Han on Tauntaun.
I thought you were going to say on Leia.
Boss, the lizard, the reptilian bounty hunter. We're going to see him in a 6-inch scale. Yeah.
Flight suit or whatever he's wearing.
Yep. Yeah. We have plenty of new Star Wars 3 3/4-inch figures coming out. There's lots of new Star Wars Rebel cartoon clips that are coming out.
Yeah, a lot.
Rebel cartoon
nothing big
toys.
San Diego, though, as far as a release for any of that stuff, was there?
What do you mean?
I think there was a extended trailer possibly at San Diego for that.
For the Star Wars Rebels cartoon show? Yeah. We saw the extended trailer plus, I don't know, at least 2 or 3 other clips.
Looks good.
Comes out this fall. Very excited about the animated series. It's making me go back and watch the Star Wars Clone Wars animated
Star
series
Wars
on
movie
Netflix.
News, though.
Not really much as far as the movie news. In Hasbro, people were foolishly asking Hasbro, hey, tell us something about Episode 7 toys. Yeah. Hasbro's like, we can't say word one. We can't say a single word about it. So stop asking.
Yeah, definitely.
So tons of shit there coming out. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Classics has Shredder and Krang coming out. Masters of the Universe Classics by freaking Mattel. Transformers.
Are we gonna see? Do you think we're gonna
I'm
see?
so tired now.
Do you think we're gonna see Spider-Verse toys?
Yes, probably.
Because that's a lot of Spider-Man. Because in
We're
last
probably,
week's issue
probably
of
a couple-
Amazing Spider-Man #4, we finally get to see Silk,
Okay.
the girl who was bitten at
Yep.
the same time Peter was bitten.
Yep.
And that she's saying that they're coming after all of us.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see some of those toys. I mean, obviously we already got Spider-Man 2099 part of that, but I think I'd even buy a Spider-Ham. Now, didn't they make a Spider-Ham?
No, but I would love to see a Spider-Ham action figure. And I'll say whoever has the most, visually exciting costume, or whoever is going to be the major players in the comic book series, don't be surprised if we see.
Because I know we're going to get the Spider Wars figures from the new animated series, the Ultimate Spider-Man Spider Wars.
Okay.
With some of the Spider-Men that are in there. I'm sure there's going to be some, fancy dancy, web shooting kind of things, like the little the balls, projectiles and stuff like that.
Yep.
A lot of toy
Fun
news,
and Sun,
man.
Spider-Man.
Toy news. So how much? So when are you getting the other job to? To pay for some of these.
I know. I got to get another job. You know what? One thing I was surprised about: nothing for G.I. Joe.
Yeah, and it's a 50th anniversary.
50th, right? Happy 50th.
Nothing on DC either.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff on DC. I couldn't even keep up with it.
What?
That'll be next week's pod.
No,
so much toy news. So much toy news.
No, you're supposed to be the toy man. We're not supposed to just. Yeah, good idea, Joe.
We're looking at
the cheater. Get a cheater.
Looking at the Batman animated series action figures from DC Collectibles coming available fall 2014. Let's see. These will be based on the classic Batman the Animated Series plus the new adventures of Batman.
Bullshit. I'm on.
New Batman adventures. We see Mr. Freeze, classic Bats, Catwoman, Two-Face, Joker, Poison Ivy, Robin, and Man-Bat. Now these guys will be going most likely for like the $19.99 price point that DC Collectible 6-inch figures have been going for. And I gotta say, man, I was a big fan of the Kenner Hasbro Batman animated series line back in the early 90s. And these figures just absolutely nail it. They're super articulated. The sculpting is dead on. The coloring, I mean, the paint applications, it's phenomenal. So go and check those out. What else do we have, man? We have freaking just more and more Son of Batman figures. Those will be available this fall. Deathstroke, Damian as Robin, Batman, Nightwing. Throne of Atlantis, we mentioned this briefly last pod. They will be available in the spring of 2015. Ocean Master, Black Manta, Aquaman, and Mera will be available next year. What the heck else do we have? I mean, just DC Collectibles has so much, statues and collectible figures, and you're going to be able to buy freaking Batman's utility belts. I mean, this is hardcore. Thank you. I see.
And you didn't say it last pod. You said it 2 pods ago. But
2 pods, yeah, you're right. You and Mike Sains were here.
I like that Neil Adams zombie.
Neil Adams zombie, DC Collectible, DC Comics Batman utility belt prop replica.
No pricing on that.
No pricing. No prices on any of these.
What would you think that would be?
Wooden display. Well, I'll tell you what. It's available this year in the summer, so it should be coming out any day now if it hasn't already hit the shelves. All right, you tell me how much you think it'll be worth. Features a wooden display base, faux leather belt pouches, metal clasps, and buckle. And from what I understand, I mean, is this thing going to be like life size? Like, can I wear it?
I think it's life size. I'm saying 175, 250.
Oh yeah, exactly. I would not. That's not an ungodly price.
Right. Yep. And if I can wear it, I'm gonna buy it. No, I'm not gonna buy that. No, some cool stuff coming out for DC.
Yeah, a lot of good. Plus, Mattel has some. DC, their Total Heroes line looks like it's doing good. There are a couple of DC Total Heroes Deluxe figures that are coming out, one of which includes some of our favorites over here, Batman Beyond. And it's nice. Yes. You're going to get interchangeable heads between Terry McGinnis and elderly Bruce Wayne action figure, which is kind of cool.
Nice. Very cool.
Black Manta and a Green Lantern figure as well. I think it's going to be a John Stewart Green Lantern, but it's nice because you can have interchangeable heads. You can like switch them over to like Tomar Ray. Or
that's cool.
I forget, like another Green Lantern. So
that's cool.
If you wanted to, you could actually buy multiples, throw different heads on.
Your army of one.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden, they'll come with like light constructs that you can clip onto his arms and whatnot.
That's cool.
Kind of neat.
Guys, what do you think? What when you guys collect toys, are you a Marvel guy? Are you a DC guy? Do you do both? Are you a Star Wars guy? I'd love to hear what you guys collect. I obviously you've seen pictures of the studio.
You got a little everything.
I have a lot of Star Wars, but it's only Stormtroopers, and I'm definitely going to get that Scouter bike, the Shadow.
The Shadow Troopers.
The Shadow Troopers, but mainly it's DC. Only for the fact, and I have a few of the Select. Nothing about Select, huh? Just Legends. No more new Selects.
Thanks for reminding me. Actually, oh my God, no.
What fucking Marvel news, son of a bitch.
You know, we did see plenty of mini mates.
Yep.
Those cute little adorable mini mates are coming out. But 2 Marvel Select figures that are coming out have me really excited.
I want this. Oh, don't forget about the Cyclops Legends one we saw.
Psycho Legends.
Yeah, with the new uniform. Didn't we see that about a month ago?
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
X on his face.
Oh yeah. But he should actually be coming out to Toys R Us like any day now.
Right.
Yeah. But anyways,
I'm buying that one.
Yeah, that one does look good. The Magneto looks good too. Anyways, man, motherfucking Select. Thank you. Carnage and Cable. And Carnage looks cool, but to be honest, we just got a Spider-Man Legends Carnage, which I felt nailed it the same way. Right. But the Cable looks like like New Mutants number 87, which
is he carrying the baby? No.
Not the baby. That's like 2000s.
Right.
This one is like so 1990. It's
nice.
Ridiculous. So, and that's what I love. New Mutants number 87, first appearance of Cable. This upcoming Marvel Select figure, I mean, they nailed it.
Date?
Spring next year.
Okay.
I think spring next
That'll
year.
Be
or something
I'll
like that.
definitely get that.
Yeah. I mean, I usually don't go for the Marvel Select figures, but Cable in his first appearance, I mean, that was one of my favorites. That was a big one, and I feel that they've never quite nailed his first appearance. And it looks like they're doing it.
Nice.
Yeah. And actually, hang on.
The new comic coming out.
I got to correct myself real quick. The figure coming out doesn't look like New Mutants number 87. Think more looks like X-Force number 1.
Oh, okay.
That's what it looks
Rob
like.
Liefeld.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, still Rob Liefeld. Yes.
Yeah, of course.
But just more.
Nice.
I mean, more ridiculous buckles and pouches
and shit all over the place.
But it looks great.
Awesome. I'll be picking that up. Right, but guys, tell me what you guys think or what you guys collect. Are you a DC guy, Marvel guy for when it comes to the toys? I got to say for DC collectibles, I like the sculpt and the articulation just a little bit more on that line. As you guys seen pictures, I have the Justice League, part of Justice League of America, and Darkseid and some of the villains as well. Deathstroke. And just picked up Shazam. They have a great line. Earth 2 lines, somewhat okay, but not as good as the original line. And like I said, I do have Star Wars stuff as well. A bunch of Star Wars Legos. But I just collect troopers. I love the troopers, all the different troopers. I mean, I could build an army right now with what I got. But I'd love to hear what you guys collect. And if you do collect toys, what are the one things besides comics do you collect? I mean, I know people. I have very exclusive, probably one out of maybe 1 or 2 other people in the entire world that have the entire line of Dr. Pepper Avengers cans with the characters, and they all connected. Mine is different than just about anybody else's because it came straight from the factory without the lids, and that's totally almost impossible to get. But thanks to my connections, I got those. I saw one person online have the same set on eBay for going for $1,200. They are not easy to get. Now, obviously, you can never get them again because they're gone. But I collect other little things, but it's mostly the collectibles and the action figures for DC. Also, with San Diego all done, once again, I'm still kind of pissed that there wasn't a lot of comic book news. Kind of strange, I guess, but that's just the way that the market's going, and there's a lot of money to be made in movies. And
well, I got a little comic news.
Well, okay, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, but seriously, well, I did mention that the IDW comic panel was talking about some Transformers stuff. What the hell was it? The Windblade miniseries wrapped up last week with Margaret Scott doing the writing chores and Sarah Stone doing the artistic chores. They have already approved a sequel miniseries for that, so that's pretty exciting.
Oh, nice.
And also, man, Star Wars comic books. Marvel, yes. Star Wars. Marvel and Star Wars announced their 3 new books coming out next year. Very excited for this.
Now they're doing reprints too as well, aren't they?
Well, they are going to be doing an omnibus, which we mentioned a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
But the Star Wars books, one will simply be titled Star Wars Takes Place Shortly After A New Hope, Episode 4. Jason Aaron doing the writing, John Cassidy doing the artistic chores. Very excited for this book. Definitely going to be picking this one up. And then conversely, Darth Vader series will be written by Chiron Gillen. Salvador LaRosa will be doing the artistic chores, and that will tell the post Episode 4 story from Darth Vader's standpoint of what happens after I let the Death Star just get blown up. Whoops-a-daisy. Got to keep the Empire still together. Watch out for these damn rebels, these darn kids, I tell ya. And then there's also going to be a Princess Leia comic series. I don't know if it's going to be a miniseries or an actual ongoing. Mark Waid doing the writing and Terry Dotson doing the artistic chores. So, I mean, it's great. The first Star Wars comic books being announced and top-tier talent is at the helm. This is awesome and very unlike seems back in the 70s and 80s when often licensed comic books were sort of shunned and looked at with complete disregard, thinking, well, this is just a licensed property. Who really cares? This is like fluff. So it's nice to see. I mean, it like they're putting top-tier talent on this. So it's great.
Nice.
We're
getting a little bit more news too. IDW's got a Planet of the Apes crossover.
Oh yeah.
As well.
With whom?
That I am not sure of as of yet. I still have to see the movie. I hear the movie was amazing.
Yeah, I heard the movie was awesome. I know IDW is also going to be doing, what is it? I believe it's a Ghostbusters Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover.
Ooh, Star Trek and Planet of the Apes crossover.
That's cool.
That is kind of cool.
I could do that.
Yeah, I could do that. Now, is it going to be the traditional Captain Kirk and Spock? Now, that would be pretty cool.
I don't know.
That would be pretty cool.
I don't follow IDW's Star Trek. I don't even know if I knew IDW had Star Trek.
I'm not a big, huge Trekkie.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I am the most casual Trekkie fan, but
this
Trekkie
was
fan.
Some of the comic book news that was announced, but shadowed over everything else, really, pretty much for Marvel and DC. Captain Kirk and meets Colonel Taylor. Ooh, okay. So it is going to be the Captain Kirk version. Nice. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
That's kind of a neat little franchise crossover.
Definitely. And IDW seems to be doing that. They'll cross over their licensed properties, and I like it. That's cool.
I wonder how that's got to be hard to make a deal.
Yeah, I mean, how much?
Who owns the rights to Star Trek anyway? Is it like
Brothers? Paramount, or is it still like under the Gene Roddenberry's kids? I don't know. Now, and that's the thing too. I mean, when mother friggin' IDW takes on all these licensees, I mean, do they say, like, here's the deal, if we want to cross these guys over, we're going to, or do they have to, like, go out and get permission, and how difficult is it to obtain that permission? We don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good
question.
We
should ask IDW.
And it's actually, who we can ask? Matt Smith.
Oh, because he was working on
with
Doctor Who.
And he can talk to us about the licensing end of that, what goes on. I'm sure it's probably for a set run, because you have to do a bid every year.
Yeah.
Obviously, IDW lost Doctor Who. Or they didn't fight for Doctor Who. It's going elsewhere now.
Okay.
So yeah, I think those are the kind of things I'd like to hear more about, just the inner workings of what goes on and who gets what, especially with IDW, with all the licensing properties licensed properties they have. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to Richard Embry. We just got a package today. The Port. We got 2 T-shirts and 2 comics from the Port #1, which thanks to Richard, we have an ad in there. Showing our support for the Port, and he's been one of our fans from day one. And check him out. The comic looks awesome. I've seen it already online. We read it. We did it. We had him on a few months ago as well, and Fanboys Inc. approved and endorsed. Created by Richard Embry, art by Nicholas Cerrone, color by Sean Burrs, and editor Dane Lamont. ForestPublishing.com. Go check them out. Pretty cool, gritty cop story. It's pretty neat. Issue 2 is on its way as well soon. Thank you, Richard, so much for giving those books and those T-shirts. Those were pretty cool. Let's get into comics for this week. Joe, what did you pick up this week, since this is IncCast?
Okay, this week I picked up New Avengers #21. Still on this one. This is the only Marvel book that I'm actually reading right now. This is one of 3 or 4 comic books that I'm actually currently reading right now. So Jonathan Hickman's still doing the writing. We're still dealing with Earth and other Earths and the incursions and the Black Swan.
I'm reading this as well.
I'm liking it, but I'm also feeling we're at issue 21. Like, let's we got to start.
This,
let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
I'm
It's
getting
Remender.
bored with all the. What's that?
Isn't it Remender?
It's Hickman.
Hickman. Oh, I'm thinking of Remender.
But I'm also, it's like, all right, man, like we got to wrap it up because now we're just dilly dallying and we. I need
filler. It's like filler
conclusion.
now.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you had such a strong start.
And you're going to be so upset when it's wah, wah.
Well, that's it. Yeah. It's just going to fizzle out. So anyways, man, I'm also reading Transformers Robots in Disguise number 31 came out. So you got an awesome
Transformers.
Awesome cover with Jetfire on the cover. How do you not like that one? Jetfire, I just slammed that in DW's face. Sorry, pal. But still a good story written by John Barber, art by Andrew Griffith. This puts us on Earth post Dark Cybertron series. And we got Jazz in here. We got Optimus Prime, Thundercracker, RC, the whole gang fighting Galvatron on Earth. It seems that Galvatron and the Decepticons have actually allied themselves with the humans, and the humans are now after the Autobots. What? So pretty good story. Having fun with that. Those are the books that I picked up this week.
That's it?
That's it, man. But that's not all the comic book reading that I've done this week. I just got done reading the X-Men and Avengers crossover from 1987.
Ooh,
remember that one?
That was a good one.
The Avengers and the Super Soviet team versus like X-Men and Magneto. And I have not read that thing in years.
It's a fun read.
Well, that was it. I was dealing with Magneto. He's a good guy now, but nobody believes it. They want to try him for all the all the heinous crimes that he's committed. And
heinous. Yes.
Heinous. So that was
heinous crimes. Wow, I didn't know he was going that way.
Not what I was gonna.
Anyway.
Not what I was gonna say. What are you reading?
Well, in the indie corner, we're gonna start off with my indies. Cowl number 3, with writer Kyle Higgins, and Black Science. I still cannot talk. I love it. Black Science 7. I'm loving this. Hold on a second. Rick Remender, Matteo Scalera, and Dean White. I love this. I think we turned one of our listeners onto this, Mr. Joe St. Pierre.
Nice.
Went to his local library. This is a FBI. Did you know? Did you know you can go to your local library and get comic books?
Yeah, I've told you
I
that.
did not know that.
Yeah,
I don't listen to
novels.
you. I don't listen to you. I listen to Joe St. Pierre.
You can
listen to Joe St. Pierre.
You can rent movies from the library as well.
I know that.
And you know what else they have at the library?
Books. I never knew that.
And homeless people, because that's where they go to use the free internet access.
Is that what happens?
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you're homeless, how do you have a phone to use free? Oh, okay. You have computers.
They have computers.
Gotcha.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, DW just revealed how dumb he is.
No, it just shows you the last time I was in a library was way before computers. But yeah, Joe said it.
That makes it much better. No, but seriously, man.
I don't need to go to the library.
Comic
but yeah,
books,
you can get the
graphic novels.
No comics.
They're all
they're trades.
Correct.
No single issues.
Novels. Correct.
So he put in for it to get the Black Science.
Nice.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. So be like Joe, everybody, and go pick up Black Science. And if you don't want to buy it, go to your local library and ask for it. And if you do like it, you can purchase it afterwards in single issues or when the actual trade comes out. I like that better than going digital. I still get it in my hand, read it, and if I don't like it, I can just return it.
Well, that's it. It doesn't cost you anything.
So yeah, Black Science, check that out. That's it from the indie corner. Actually, no, I can say this as well. Snyder and Murphy, The Wake, the finale, 10 of 10 right here through the vertical line. So I'm going to consider that the end of that for indie. Of course, New Avengers as yourself. Justice League 32. Lex Luthor knows one secret.
Is he still a good guy?
He knows who Batman is. Issue 32. On the cover, Lex in his superpowers armor, toy armor. Is that the superpowers line?
Very inspired.
Yeah. Holding Batman's cape and cowl. Loving the storyline. Is he a good guy? He's never really a good guy. He's like Magneto. He skirts the line.
Right.
Loving the storyline. Once again, Justice League, one of the best books out for DC. Avengers, number 33, part of Original Sin. And we got Starbrand. And a Starbrand. And another Starbrand. And another Starbrand. As they're going through time and reality. And they're shifting forward through time. Hickman, you, and Alleghillian? Doing that book. I'm loving this book. As much as I'm not I don't like the drawn-out story writing. But it's doing pretty well. It's going very well for me. You're like seeing future versions of Captain America. As each time they jump, one less member disappears through time. Hawkeye, everybody, they're dying. And you meet Reed Richards' son.
Ooh.
He's the one who's helping.
Franklin Richards?
Yeah. So he's helping them travel through the realities.
Cool.
It's through the Infinity Gauntlet through the time gem.
Cool.
So Ghost Rider, yes. Philippe Smith, Trado Moore, and Val Staples. Ghost Rider number 5. As much as I gave this book a ton of shit before it came out, because I just felt that it wasn't the spirit of vengeance on the motorcycle, I'm digging this. Like I said,
still buying it.
Yeah, I'm still buying it.
They got you.
I'm digging it.
I'm still not liking the art that much.
I like the art.
I mean,
I'm not a big manga fan, but I like the art. I really do.
I see the potential in the artist.
I see hints of Ramos in him. Just
definitely.
A little bit of Ramos in him.
The eyes, the facial expressions.
Yeah. Yep. Once again, thug, street kid trying to do right, and then he's got the car, and his association with the new spirit of vengeance is a little different than your traditional Ghost Rider. It's more coming from the car than it was this actual spirit within him, and he brought him back to life. So it definitely has a Crow feel to it. A lot of action, great panel selection. The art, I like the art. The coloring is awesome. You want a fun read, guys. Even if you're a traditional Ghost Rider fan, I think you'll get a kick out of this. We may even see Ghost Rider, one of them, Danny Ketch or Johnny Blaze, make an appearance because they're not dead. This is not there's another Ghost Rider pretty much. So in the universe, you could have 2 Ghost Riders. So we could see an appearance possibly down the road with him. But it's a fun read.
Now I will say about the art, like I said, the art, I don't like it right now, but I see what the artist is trying to do. So I'd say, stay tuned in to Tradmore's work, because in another 5 to 10 years, that's when you're going to see wow, this is the guy. And
we got to go back to Indie Corner. Jesus Christ, my pull list is so big. We're going back to Indie Corner for Outcast number 2 by Kirkman and Azeda. I'm not into horror books. As you know, I just got into some of the indie stuff. I'm more mainstream stuff, but thank you to the actual Mr. Indie Corner himself, Mike Sains, got me into Black Science and a couple of the other ones. But this Robert Kirkman book is awesome. I love this book. This is one of my picks for this week, is Outcast, number 2. I'm not going to give too much away. If you like it, go over, just breeze through it over on, get it on Comixology or go to your local, actually you can't go to your local library until it goes on trade. We talked a little bit about it last week with Mike Sains. Kind of remind me of the TV show The Leftovers. General premise, demons, and the one lead in this book is dealing with some past sins and trying to find himself, but he's been able to help certain people, and they're just weird. The priest is asking him for assistance. He's kind of like not a loser, but he's just on the outskirts. He's an outcast.
Yeah.
Interesting book. And like I said, I'm not into horror books. I'm not into the Walking Dead books. I know, shoot me now.
Yeah, but you love horror, and you love Walking Dead.
I don't love horror.
You don't love horror movies and shit?
No, I can't watch them. I'm a pussy.
So you're a big pussy like me.
Yeah. But
welcome to P Word Cast.
Yeah, but I like zombies, and I'm not afraid of zombies.
I'm terrified of them.
I know you are. But check out Outcast number 2. Kirkman, awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff.
Cool.
And the last book off my list.
That one's mine. It's my birthday.
No, it's not.
It's my birthday.
No, it's not.
I feel like Smeagol right now.
Your birthday's on Friday, so shut
the
fuck up. And I already gave you a
You
nice
already
gift,
did. You already did give me a Guardians of the Galaxy related gift. It was a big fat head.
Fat head on the
huge Guardians of the Galaxy fucking rollout poster. I'm gonna slap those things.
That's awesome. And when we say huge, it's huge. It'll take up your entire wall.
It's like Joe Nubb's belly huge.
Yes. But 100th anniversary. We saved the best for last. Guardians of the Galaxy number 1 by Andy Lanning, our friend Ron Mars, Gustav Dorente, and Edgar Delgado. This is one of 5 that they're doing for their 100th anniversary.
Yep. Which is funny because it's only their 75th anniversary. So Marvel,
so they're jumping up ahead in the future.
Jumping ahead 25 years.
Right on the first page, Charlie's 72. Not 27. Groot, Iron Man, Drax, traditional Drax, not the one we see currently.
Yeah, classic Drax, purple and green Drax.
Raccoons.
Rocket and the Raccoons.
Oh yeah, check that out.
It's like they're a doo-wop band.
Yeah, they look like little robots from Ratchet and Clank. Looks like Clank from Ratchet and Clank. And Star-Lord, which is
in female form.
Female form.
Yep.
And I'm not sure if she's human because she looks green. So Ron Mars wrote this.
And then who do we see on the second page is
Vance Astro.
Vance Astro's
Very
character,
nice.
which,
And
by the way,
tradition-
I already thumbed through. I did not pick this one up. I did look at it, but I didn't pick it up.
And
But
on
I
the
thumbed
cover,
through
it's
it.
got Galactus.
Galactus as
Yeah.
well. So once you get to the final page, there's a bit of there's a bit of a twist at the end.
Nice, very nice. So
stay tuned,
so
true
check
believers.
this out. Co-written by our friend Ron Mars. So check that out. Good fun read. It's all about the Guardians. I think I'm going Friday.
Yeah, I got to figure out when to freaking go. I mean, I'm working.
Can you go Friday?
If I get done work in time, I might try and go late. Yeah, but I'll go it for a midnight show on Friday.
You don't
for
work
crying out
until
loud.
you don't work past 10.
I don't think so. I don't know. The way it's been busy.
Well,
Summertime season in the
I got
restaurant
your
industry.
tickets.
Thanks, pal.
I got
Well,
your
don't buy them
tickets.
yet. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna fucking have to. They're probably gonna be sold out. I'm gonna have to buy them.
Truth.
I'll just bring somebody else.
Yeah, don't buy them.
I'm gonna have to buy them by tomorrow.
That's it. If I don't get to see it this week, I'll definitely be seeing it.
Well, I'm gonna buy 2 tickets. And if you out there want to go to Guardians of the Galaxy with a Fanboys Inc. member, direct.
Buy me a ticket.
Buy
DW a ticket.
No, I'm gonna buy 2 tickets just in case.
Okay.
And then if you can't go,
Take Bob J. Reynolds.
Bob J. Reynolds?
Yeah, he'll go.
I could take Bob J. Reynolds.
Bobby, you're going.
If you live in the upstate New York area and you'd like to accompany a Fanboys Inc. member to Guardians of the Galaxy, DM me.
Jason Moore, drive out.
Yeah, Facebook.com/Fanboys Inc. And we'll make a night of it. No cuddling. And no sleepovers. I don't spoon.
I do, bud.
I gave my pick as far as the Outcast is concerned. I also wanted to do another pick. Todd DeZago's Perhapanauts, which I got a while ago. His graphic novel, dealing with supernatural creatures, dealing with supernatural creatures, pretty much, kind of like Hellboy, government organization, but a little bit of a twist. I'm liking the artistic chore. I forgot who was writing the art, who's doing the artistic chores, but it's a fun. You do get that feel of Hellboy a little bit, but there's nice twists. You're like, oh, geez, it's a ripoff. It's definitely not a ripoff. It's very unique. Characters are fun. I'm not sure if it's available anymore. You might be able to get single issues on Comixology, or through even possibly. I think you can still get the graphic in at Amazon.
Okay.
So check that out. That's my second pick. Todd DeZago's Perhapanauts. Very fun read. Very cool. Thick graphic novel. Very awesome stuff.
Nice. Very cool.
And so let's get to your picks, and then I got a major announcement for next week.
All right, cool. My picks this week, let's see. Mine aren't going to be really anything current, but more just all the toys we were talking about and the upcoming things coming out. Man, the Marvel Legends, my heart and soul lies with that toy line. I don't really even collect it that much anymore, but still, I love the fact that they're still making them. I love the fact that we're still seeing some in the future. Machine Man. Give the classic 70s characters some love. More. Let's see the 70s. Let's see the 80s figures. Let's see those classics. The Scarlet Witch is an absolute knockout. And I got to say the current Captain Marvel girl, or I'm sorry, the current Captain Marvel in her current costume, the Marvel Now costume, it's great. With that mohawk coming out the top, her costume.
What's
I think
the price
it's just
range on this?
Those are going to be $20.
Okay.
And I will say too, from what Hasbro was telling us, they said that the sales for the Marvel Legends are almost better than ever, and they were afraid that they would lose sales once they bumped up the toy line to $19.99 price point. They have not lost sales, and I think it's because things like DC Collectibles, they've bumped. They're at a
24.
Yeah, they're at like a $25
$24.99.
Okay,
yeah.
there you go.
22 to $24.99.
So that's it. All of a sudden, Hasbro's like, well, we're competing with the market
for $3
retail
less.
price.
But really, let's be honest. For a hardcore fan, $3 isn't gonna make a big difference.
No,
right?
not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, so
what's that? That's not even a comic book these days.
Right. Yeah,
pretty much.
Literally.
Yeah. So, anyways, just some of those Avengers figures. But you know what? If you want something out, go out, support the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, buy some Guardians of the Galaxy toys. They're great.
Nice.
Cool.
All right. Well, we have a major announcement for next week, August 6th, at the Comic Depot, just inside Saratoga Springs at 514 Broadway, to meet all your fanboy needs, as a special guest signing from 5 to 7. The man, the myth, Clay Mann, the cover artist for Marvel DC's, done some interiors as well for X-Men Legacy. He will be signing and doing sketches. From 5 to 7, you'll probably see some fanboys. We're probably going to podcast before his arrival there, probably 4 to 5, and then hang out with Clay during his showing.
Cool.
He's also doing Batman Eternal, starting with issue 26, Gambit, and he will be doing artistic. I think he's doing covers and maybe some interiors. We'll find out more from Clay when we interview him. The new Marvel event, Axis. So some
Nice.
great stuff. If you haven't
Very
checked
cool.
out his stuff, go over and just Google Clay Man. He's really it's awesome stuff. You can go over to facebook.com/Fanboys Inc. and see the poster I designed for the Comic Depot, and you can see the cover of Batman Eternal. It's got Red Hood coming right at you, almost kind of 3D-ish, coming right out over Clayman, and Nightwing, Batgirl, and Batman right on the cover. He does some great stuff. So check him out. That'll be August 6th. We will be podcasting probably a special time, 3:30 or 4 o'clock that day, and then Clay will be there from 5 to 7. So once again, check that out. Comic Depot. They're doing some great stuff. Week after Kirby's birthday, Kirby Week is going to be starting the week after. So we got a special, more announcements after that. We're going to possibly do a podcast. We're not sure. We're going to get some interviews. It'll be a combination of Fanboys Inc., the Comic Depot, and Excellent Adventures, and Schmaltz Brewing.
Down in Clifton Park, New York.
And we'll actually be at Schmaltz for the day. Mr. Paul Harding did custom labels for King Kirby beer.
Cool.
Very cool stuff, and you'll see that as I'll be designing the posters and flyers for that event as well. August 20th. This is just plug us time right now. August 20th, we will be back at the Comic Depot, regular time, 12:30 live with Skip Winter, special guest. Creator of Unit 5 will be joining us on August 20th at the Comic Depot, signings with a special guest.
Hopefully Skip keeps his shirt on this time.
Yes, most of the time. I'm more concerned about
he's working out.
I'm more concerned about him keeping his pants on. The shirt I can kind of deal with that. But so he will be at the Comic Depot August 20th with a special guest, and we will have a special live IncCast there as well. It's been busy because soon I'll be leaving soon. I'm going to be missing you, bro. I'm going to be missing you. I'm going to be having Joe Dub.
I don't know when I'll be back.
Because I now will be in Baltimore.
Yeah, you're doing con season.
Yeah, late con season.
And I'm staying here to raise our baby. My baby. My child. Not your child.
It's never my child.
Well, you're never around.
I work odd hour support and put food on the table on this.
That's right.
It's not my fault that you just like lounging around in your underwear.
You call this slop food?
Anyway, Baltimore. Then we'll be doing Rhode Island. Then New York City Comic-Con. And I can say Comic-Con, not like that San Diego con. And then and then Granite State, which was in November.
You're a busy guy.
Con season is fast approaching, and we'll be there as vendors with Unit 5, and some special guests will be coming along. Also, more New York City news will be coming. You may see more of Fanboys Incorporated, possibly a sip and sketch somewhere in New York City pre-con.
Cool.
During that week of. But it's going to be busy. September and Columbus Day weekend is going to be a long weekend for me. I'm going to be gone almost a week that week.
That's crazy.
Staying down there with Jarvis. We'll finally get Jarvis on the mic.
Nice.
We can talk about see what he's doing, what he's up to.
We'll have to have like one of those voice modulators.
No, his voice is already modulated. Marginated.
Margarine. Marmalade.
He's the real voice of Jarvis. He's the real vision right there. But yeah, we'll hopefully get to hear him in the next few months or so. But yeah, it's going to be busy. Once again, check out, if you live in the upstate New York area, come on over to the Comic Depot just inside Saratoga Springs at 514 Broadway to meet Clayman, artist extraordinaire from 5 to 7. You can check out the information over at facebook.com/Fanboys Inc. Share that poster. Have some fun. $25 head sketches. Come on, man. You can't beat that.
That is a great price.
I'm kicking a few more bucks in. Because he's going to also have original artwork for sale as well.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm going to kick in a few bucks. So if you want to donate to DW's original art buying fund, go to Kickstarter.com/buy DW some art.
It's for the pasta salvage. Just ignore that. It's for these sketches.
Yeah.
It's for original comic pages.
The donation will be for $10. I will make you a pasta salad as well and shout your name out. But guys, thank you so much for listening to this week's IncCast. Stay tuned for Thursday. A new Infinite crossover, and always don't forget, every Monday we got RSRG. Philip Broyles, he just put one out this past Monday, a little post San Diego Comic-Con from Max Toys and Games. Go check that out as well, all on fanboysinc.com. Joe, I got stuff to do, so you got to get the fuck out of here.
I got to go to work. Later, nerds.
All right, buddy. Peace.